Central ideas of the poem My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. So in this video we are going to deal with all the central idea of the poem from the book Flamingo. First central idea of the poem My Mother at 66 written by Kamala Das. This poem expresses the poet's deep emotional bond with her aging mother. While driving to the airport, she notices her mother's pale, weak face, which reminds her of her death and separation. She feels an old childhood fear of losing her mother. To hide her pain, she smiles and bids goodbye, even though her heart is heavy with worry and love. Now let us look at the central idea of this poem. The poem shows the fear of losing loved ones and the sadness of old age. Next we have Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. So in this poem, poet asks everyone to pause all activity, keep quiet and reflect for just a few seconds. This moment of silence will help people realize the importance of peace and self-awareness. He doesn't want complete inactivity or death. Rather, he wants people to avoid violence and destruction. This short stillness can help us understand ourselves and live in harmony with nature and each other. So now let us look at the central idea of this poem. By keeping quiet and thinking peacefully, we can reduce conflict and make life better for everyone. So next poem is A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. So this poem basically explains how beautiful things give joy that lasts forever. Nature's beauty, such as flowers, trees, streams, the sun, and the moon, makes life peaceful and refreshing. Even when life feels full of sadness, darkness, and struggles, the sight of beauty uplifts our spirits and brings hope. Kids believe that beauty is an external source of happiness that never fades. Now let us look at the central idea of this poem. Beauty in nature and life fills our hearts with joy, removes sadness, and inspire us to live happily. Next poem, A Roadside Stand by Robert Frost. The poem describes the struggles of poor villagers who set up small roadside stands, hoping that passing city people will buy something. Most rich travelers ignore and sometimes even treat them harshly. The villagers dream of a better life promised by the government, but they remain neglected and helpless. Frost presents the pain, disappointment, and inequality faced by rural people who just want a chance to live with dignity. Now let us look at the central idea of this poem. The poem highlights the gap between the rich and the poor and the silent suffering of those living in poverty. Lastly, we have Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, written by Adrian Rich. The poem shows Aunt Jennifer's life, which is full of restrictions and fear because of her oppressive marriage. She expresses her hidden desires, embroidery of bright, fearless tigers. These tigers represent freedom, confidence, and strength, qualities she wishes she had. Even after her death, her hands will show the weight of her struggles, but her tigers will continue to represent the boldness she could never leave. Now let us look at the central idea of this poem. The poet reflects women's struggles under societal pressure and their desire for freedom and courage. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till then, you can watch this video.